I'm just in Mexico and I'm defending America. Because are you Mexican? Do you know where Mexico is? No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker. And now it's Phoenix, goddammit. You don't leave here and go to Mexico, motherfucker. Go get you some chicken speech. Pinche cabrón. No, nigga, do you know where you at, nigga? USA! 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 I don't give a fuck! No, motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to step into that bitch. For my Mexican American homies, viva la revolution! Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what's so country, bitch. You ain't did shit, nigga. Fuck, we were slaves, bitch. Y'all just work like that at the landscapers, motherfucker.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm K-Dot.
Jay, you're muted.
Okay.
And this is Jay. He showed up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm Jay. No, I'm here.
Shouts out to everybody in the chat. I want to thank K-Dot for this partnership. Thank you to K-Dot's fans and friends. We really appreciate you guys. And just a reminder, and we'll remind everyone at the end, please head over to TikTok to join K-Dot's live. K-Dot, can you let everybody know what your topics for tonight and where they can find you?
My topics tonight are going to be just a roundup of just recent events. We've got the trans ban. I know everyone wants to talk about that because everyone seems to know everything about trans people, even though none of them seem to know any of them in their actual life. So I'm going to entertain some of you guys and hear some of your horrible takes on what it means to be a trans person, and especially around the sports situation. And then we can also go over some more recent topics with executive orders and Elon Musk and his lies about where some of the money is going, and his tirade through the government as an unelected unelected official, and how many laws he's actually breaking while doing so.
Man, I gotta check that out. Where do we find you? Is dem_k dot, right?
M_k dot on TikTok.
Can you write that in the chat and then I'll put it up?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start it. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So Jay is here. I'm excited to see Jay back on a Thursday night. Tonight we're going to talk about first topic is going to be, should Black Americans support immigration in this country? Why or why not? And then we're going to get into some clips from Malcolm X and MLK. In that first clip that you saw, it was Cat Williams 2 nights ago. He was doing a live set, and him and guy in the audience were heckling, going back and forth. Pretty much, his stance was he's not feeling the debate on immigration. He's not feeling it. He feels like if you're in this country, you should support America. Gray, what's your thoughts on the clip?
What was the thing that he brought to the edge of the stage? Was that like a statue or something?
Yeah, it was like a giant urn or something.
So that was weird to me. I know for comedians, when they're on the stage and you get heckled, I know it's a lot to deal with. So I've seen Ari Spears actually in person when I went to a comedy show on a college campus. He just went off on a girl. He said some sexual stuff too because he was upset that they was telling him don't say some of the material. So I think Cat Williams went on a racist tirade because he saw the person was Mexican, so he used it against him. But I didn't know Cat was a MAGA or Republican or anything. I was shocked seeing that.
Well, shouts out to Gray. He got heckled before by a comedian, Marlon Wayans. Oh no,
Oh,
wait,
for
that
real?
was June. That wasn't you, it was somebody else. We had all went as a group of friends to go see Marlon Wayans, and they were sleeping, and he went off, and he's like, "Y'all look like y'all are on heroin. Why are you sleeping during my set?" And well, you weren't there that night.
Oh,
But yeah, K Dot, what's your thoughts on that clip? Was it too far? Was it offensive?
I think it was kind of a racist, kind of insensitive tirade. And is this something that recently happened? He just did this?
They said it was from 2 days ago. I'm almost positive because I have another friend that does podcasting, and she said it was recent.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't. I know Cat to kind of toe the line when it comes to patriotism. I've seen him talk about political things, and he never really takes a stance on one side or the other, but he has always been like, I'm an American type of kind of vibe. So I'm not surprised he said what he said. I'm not a big Cat Williams fan, but I mean, it is disrespectful to the Mexican people because, like I said, they always say, and I stand with them, they didn't cross the border crossed them through colonization. So as a person who stands up for the rights of my ancestors and who came here and suffered through colonization, who am I to tell somebody who was original native people of this land that this ain't, where they're from? So yeah, I'm not a fan of what he did at all. Lost a little respect in my book.
Jay,
Okay.
you're Mexican.
Jay?
He has too much of an American mindset because when you listen to what he said, if you're going to be here and still have allegiance to another country, no, you can have loyalty to your own culture, but not allegiance to Mexico itself. He has an American mindset where you have to be in this country and love this country. I just think it's just a difference in culture. You can be proud of your Mexican culture, which these people are doing. They're celebrating their culture and their people, but it doesn't mean they have allegiance to Mexico. They can still be proud to be Americans and still be proud to have their Mexican culture. It just gets lost in translation because America doesn't really have a culture like Mexico. America doesn't have a rich culture. If you ask me what American culture was, it would be very superficial, in all honesty. I don't think America itself has a deep culture. Like if I moved to Germany, would I bring American culture there? Probably not. What would I bring? Football? Like in all honesty. So
I disagree. I
he's
think
trying
we
to come.
have a culture here.
What's
Like
American
what?
culture?
football games,
That's what he said.
That's what I
prom,
said. Well, like great
um,
football.
uh, Thanksgiving, apple pie.
You want to bring
Yeah, I mean,
Thanksgiving to to other people? You know the idea behind like it's not the nicest holiday to.
And they celebrate that in other countries already. They celebrate in Japan. They go to
Yeah, they
KFC.
do, but they
And
celebrate
Matt,
Thanksgiving. Mhm.
my
No,
bad.
go ahead.
Matt in the chat said that clip was from 2011.
That
I
clip was
don't
from
think so.
2000.
It was recent. It was recent. But
It
yeah,
wouldn't
I
shock
think
me if he went on several tirades like that.
I think Thanksgiving is about family and love and being with, and celebrating your family, eating good food.
Well, now.
Well, you definitely know the history behind Thanksgiving. You can't take Thanksgiving over there, but the NFL is going to different places. But I mean, we can't just discount the NFL. I knew someone personally that was from Europe and said he was such an Eagles fan. He literally moved to the United States just to be able to go to Eagles games. So the NFL is the highest making money machine in the United States.
So that's
I
our culture.
forgot. Huh?
So that's our culture.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's.
there's
I mean,
definitely like, you
mhm,
got the
sorry.
movies, you got comic books, you got
That's what I'm saying. It's all superficial. I feel our culture is just very superficial. It's all just media and entertainment is what we would bring. Like
so who would you say like has like great culture? Like what country?
I think most cultures that have like an older, deeper essence. Like I feel like um if you like that's what I think with too when people get lost in translation. Like when people how come you're allowed to have you know people aren't allowed to say, how come we're not allowed to say like white pride because that's like a pride in skin color, but people have no problem with just saying like Italian pride or German pride. Those are cultures that are richer and much older and have an essence where I feel like America, I'm not saying it's America's fault. We're just a very relatively new country compared to everyone else, and I just feel like our culture is very superficial. And I couldn't tell you in essence what American culture is. Um, I couldn't if I went to the country and asked me what's the essence like something of your culture. I'd be like, I don't know, like here's gangster rap and here's
I can tell you what
a football
American
game.
culture is. You know what
And
American culture is? American
there you
culture
go.
is American culture is the guy Homelander in the chat saying it's white culture, the culture that built the West. While he has a picture, I'm going to break this down to you. He has a picture of a character called Homelander as his profile pic. Homelander is a satirical
Yeah.
comment
Is he being
on
ironic?
no, he's in the chat saying these things all the time, and he doesn't know that
Oh,
Homelander
he's doing
is
it
a
right now.
character. Yeah, he doesn't know that Homelander's making fun of him. He doesn't
Yeah.
know that. He doesn't know that
Homeland is making fun of
Homelander is a
Americans.
character making fun of right-wing far extremists from a show that's left-leaning. That's American white culture right
Y'all
there.
You gotta love,
haters.
So that
you gotta
doesn't
love the
cut his
irony.
jokes.
Yeah.
Well, y'all gonna love this next clip. All right, so this next clip, I'm gonna let the clip speak for itself. Then, Gray, you better be honest tonight with what I'm about to play.
Okay.
I saw a video of a Hispanic man today saying that we don't need the support from black people because we got each other. We got Mexicans, Hondurans, Salvadorans, Nicaraguenses. He basically mentioned all Central America and said, we don't need you guys. If you guys can't support each other, how is it that we need your support? Or how is it that we're going to even get your support? Anybody who saw that video, I watched the whole thing. Anybody who saw that video that's black, I'm sorry. I'm wholeheartedly sorry. We don't all think like that. My heart has been filled with so much joy seeing the support from the black community because we're finally coming to realize that we are so much alike, that we need each other, that we need to support each other. That rhetoric that we should hate each other, now more than ever, we should see how alike we are and how we need each other and how we can succeed when we unite.
Okay. All right. Look, Gray, I'm gonna need you to be honest here, okay? I know you're surrounded by your people on the left,
Oh
but
my God.
what is your feelings on immigration as a foundationally Black American in this country? Should Black Americans unite with immigrants on this issue?
Well, from what she was saying, she was talking about Spanish immigrants, and if you look at the African diaspora, a lot of those people are of African heritage. Brazil got the most slaves more than any other country, so they have more people of African ancestry than anyone. So if your question is like, should Black African Americans push for immigration? I would say no, because it's just not aligned with what's going on in America right now. But from a cultural standpoint, the Jewish people and the African people are only people that went through a diaspora. But if you look at the African diaspora, we're spread all around the world, especially if you're talking about the Caribbean and South America and the Americas countries.
All right, Jay, I know you're an ally for the Black community. So what do you think will it take for us to all unite? Do you think that we should be united? Do you understand the hesitancy for some Black Americans to do it? What's your thoughts?
Honestly, I think that racial division, and even to a point cultural division, is a tool that, and I hate using this as a boogeyman all the time, that the wealthy class uses to keep people divided. I think they enjoy stirring racial lines and enjoy enforcing them. And I just think that ultimately every working class person, regardless of culture, should be united, because ultimately we're the ones, regardless, Black, brown, white, working class people get screwed in this country more than anyone, more than any other specific culture. Working class people are the ones that get screwed. We're the ones that do the most work with the most output get the least amount back. And I think as long as racial divides exist, we're going to keep getting screwed. And I think the wealthy class, the people that empower in this country, enjoy those racial divides. And I think they stir them on purpose. And I think that as far as Black people feeling immigration, I know in the past, immigrants really did, regardless of what Donald Trump says now, but in the past, immigrants really did take Black jobs. But that's all over now. We're all in this. We're all in this thing together. We're all working class people, and every culture and every ethnicity of working class people is declining. Even white people are getting poorer. And I think that they enjoy this racial divide because we keep bickering about things that don't ultimately matter, when the people at the top just worry about one thing: success and money, and that's what they get. While we bicker over lines and over culture and just over race. And I think that's a tool that ultimately people in power use. And I think ultimately all working class people should support each other.
Okay, Dot, foundationally Black, but I know what you're going to say. What's your thoughts? Should we be out there on the picket lines?
With right now with the protests going on around the world?
Well, in America. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Around the world. I'm torn on this one. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we told Latin men to get out there and vote. We told Latin women to get out there and vote, and they let us down. They let us down. We told y'all what was going to happen, how they were going to treat y'all, what the plan was, and you still went out there. Damn near, what was it, like almost 50% of Latin men and like 43% of Latin women voted, and we missed it by just a little bit. We just needed a little bit more than that, and I don't know, man. I think I'm tired this time around. I'm tired.
Trump won the Hispanic vote.
He won.
Trump won the Hispanic vote. Yeah, I agree with you.
The male vote.
He didn't win the female vote.
He didn't win the female vote, except for Black people, except for Black men. He didn't win Black men.
He didn't win Black men.
I'm talking about the Hispanic vote. Trump won the Hispanic vote.
He won males across the board except for Black men.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, so he got the Hispanic male vote, the Hispanic woman vote. I think 43% went to him, or something. It was close to like 50. I might be wrong about that. Maybe in the 30s. But we told y'all over and over again, and I think I'm just kind of right now, after this time, I don't want what's happened to my Hispanic brothers and sisters, whether they be Mexican or some other form of Southern American or anywhere else around the country, going through what they're going through. But like I said, right now I'm a little tired, so no, I don't want to.
I get it.
I respect that. I get that.
Yeah.
Slim,
85. I've never been so happy to see you. Never been so happy, friends.
Hey, you already know what it is. Hey, y'all gonna get on my girl when she by herself, but I ain't gonna let y'all
No,
go
they
there
were
like that.
nice. Hold
Oh,
on,
okay.
keep this energy. It was a good energy. It was a good energy. It was a good
Yeah,
vibe. We were getting along, but I couldn't really,
That's good. That's
we're
what I
not the
want to
hold it
ones.
hear.
down
We're
for
not
the
the ones that
MAGA.
attack.
For the first time, I got you. For the first time.
Not me. They like me.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's love.
But
That's love.
85, where we're at right now is it's a big thing on the internet. It is trending. That people are calling out Black Americans and saying, especially Foundation Black Americans in particular, saying you guys need to unite with the immigration cause. With particular Hispanic Americans have been calling it out, saying let's unite and let's support, picket, go out there. And I'm going to play clips next of the protest, but I want to get your opinion first on it. Do you think that Black Americans should unite? I know you don't like race stuff, but it is the topic.
No, I don't think so. I think let the man do his job. I mean, I'm gonna stand on that no matter
every
what.
time, same answer.
Let the man do his job and allow the country to get back to where it needs to be. Do I have empathy for some people? Absolutely. But how do you not get deported? Stop sneaking over the border. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna play this clip, but before I do that, let me tell everyone the argument that they're having. The argument that they have, and you've heard it 85 on our TikTok live, is they feel that they are the indigenous people to this country because prior to the Mexican or the Spanish War, whatever happened with Texas, that was considered Mexico. So how can you deport someone that is indigenous here? That's why I bring up the Mexicans, because that is the biggest argument that they're having. I'm going to play the clip first of the protest and then we can respond, but to give you background on why they're so fired up.
People united will never be divided. United will never be divided. People united will never be divided.
At one point there was Mexico, and at one point they deported millions and millions of Mexicans, and at one point now they want to call us illegals. We are not illegals. We are indigenous people to the land. The first want to the first to
Ooh, okay.
My heart
So,
is so warm right
um,
now.
yeah, a lot going on in those clips. Jay, most of those clips were in California. So, are you
Oh
seeing any
yeah.
protests anywhere? What's going on?
Honestly, I saw my first ice raid the other day go down. I was driving home and it was an auto body shop, and I've never been more heated in my entire life. I feel like I'm just gonna tell you what I feel. I think I speak about Californians as well. Um, I feel in California we feel that Mexicans are welcome and ICE is not. You're invading our culture. Like this is I, Mexico has such a Spanish itself, the language too, has such a richer history in California than English does. And it's so ingrained in California culture. It's not even considered Mexican culture. It's just part of our culture. And the other day, I went down a street. I live in a town called Pomona. It's like in eastern LA County, and it's usually full of street vendors. I love it. Every week, I go grab my tacos. Um, and it was empty.
Not
And
the tacos.
I've never been so angry in my life. Like, why are you sorry? Why are you coming here messing with our culture to affect your agenda? And I just think the vibe in California is, we feel like we're being invaded, like a Gestapo style invasion. Is really what it is, because you're affecting with not the culture of Mexico. In our minds, it's the culture of California as well. And Mexico, yeah. So the comment was just Mexico colonized this land, but most Mexicans are of indigenous descent. They're mestizos. So most Mexicans are of indigenous descent. And I feel like all indigenous people have a birthright to North America.
85. Remember when we were on that live yesterday, what that man said to you? He said, for every one of you guys, there's 5 of us, and y'all about to find out. Didn't he say that on the live with us?
Oh yeah,
The man that
He called him an Oreo too.
he was some type of Indian tribe though. He mentioned some Bukawuki or something like that.
No, but he's Mexican American.
Oh, didn't he say something from the Bukawuki or I'm from the Bukawuki tribe or some crazy shit like that? I'm telling you, he mentioned something like that. I got scared when he said that. But hey, check it, right? Here's the problem with the whole deportation thing. Number one, it's normal, okay? We did not see this when Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, did the whole deportation thing. Okay, he has the biggest deportation record in the books right now, and we did not see this. Why are we seeing this now when he's the one who deported most Mexicans across the border in his term? Why are we seeing these protests today?
Because Trump uses deportations as a propaganda piece.
Trump uses deportation to the propaganda piece. You don't think that
he's executed ICE?
But wait,
Trump is all about the
another point I want to say about Trump and the deportations. He's literally only deported 7,000 people, guys. That's like nothing. That's not like a mass deportation.
If he wants to deport people who are here illegally due to the way the law, fine. But the way he's doing it is wrong. Those ICE warrants aren't even signed by judges. They violate people's rights. They have rights while they're here.
Our job we've been told not to cooperate with ICE, and I've never been like more proud.
It's not legal. He's not legally doing it. And as Matt pointed out in the chat, Obama did that over 8 years. He deported the most people over 8 years, 3 million people. If you split that up over 8 years, 4 and 4, he would be at the bottom of the list with Trump at 1.5 each. This is not he just had longer to do it, and he deported people who were here illegally. He didn't send out the fucking ICE Gestapo and these mobs to go grab people up who are here legally because they tried to deport a family already. They tried to deport a veteran. This is not
the big word is try.
This is not, but they're violating these people's rights.
At this rate, we will have 1 million people at the end of 4 years. Barack Obama did 5 million. Like, where's the outrage? It's the outrage is because
no outrage
you guys
he deported people who were here illegally. He deported people who broke the law. He did it through the right channels.
Trump is not deporting people who've been here. He's deporting the criminals.
Let me finish. He's deporting people through illegal means. This ICE raid shit, they can pull up and just ask you questions and do this executive order is a violation of Americans' rights.
You know what's a violation? Crossing the border is a violation.
No, it's not.
Illegally.
No, it's not.
It's illegal, but it's not a crime.
It's not a crime, right?
Crossing the border is not a crime. Illegally?
If you cross,
are you guys serious?
Look it up right now.
That's
It's not
the
a crime.
first crime they committed. Everything
Look it up.
else is
Look
on
it up
top.
right now. It's not a
What
crime.
the hell are you talking
It's
about?
a civil violation. It's a civil violation.
This man, I feel
Look it
you.
up.
Listen.
Google it.
Don't get me started.
It's not a crime.
Well,
I
back to
understand. I
That's why
understand
the police can't arrest you.
how dedicated you guys are to the left, but again, man, you guys be on like excluding logic from life, and that's
Y'all
You
don't
exclude logic.
listen
Your
to
only logic is
logic.
Trump's
You
word.
don't listen to
Look it up
logic.
right now. It's not a
Bro,
crime.
bro, listen.
We literally just said
Crossing
It's a
the
civil
if I go
violation.
to Mexico and I cross the border illegally, I can't come back here.
Yes, you can. I do it all the time.
How?
See,
How?
here's the difference.
I don't have my
Illegal,
if I don't have
I
my
looked it up.
passport,
No,
and
I
I
looked it
go
up.
over there without letting them know. It's
I go with my ID.
I looked it up. Illegal entry into the U.S. is a federal crime. Illegal entrance into the U.S. is a federal crime. You can cross the border legally, as in I walked into the country, claimed asylum, or I'm here to do some other. That is not a crime.
Now.
We're following the law. You guys call it semantics. It's the law. If you just wandered into any country, no, I said if you just wandered into anyone's country and any country and didn't report, yes, you're breaking the law now. But the vast majority of the people who come here through a legal port of entry, claim asylum, whatever the claim is. Most of them do that.
Port of entry, the open border.
There's no open border. The border's never been closed. What are you talking about?
Where are we?
So why are people paying $25,000 to have a coyote bring them through?
Because they can't make it on their own through the wilderness.
Because they should.
Because they're coming over illegally.
No,
let's just come by the plane.
Okay, listen, guys, listen. If I paid somebody $25,000 to bring me from the top of America down to the border of Mexico, listen, if I paid somebody to take me from one side of my country down to a border of another country, and I walked into that country and said, I'm here seeking asylum based off of political reasons, whatever, right? I did not break their laws if they have asylum laws. If somebody comes from the bottom southern tip of Mexico and pays $100,000 to get here, and they walk into America and go, hey, I'm seeking political asylum, that is not breaking the law. They did not break the law doing that. End of story.
If they got that bread, they can use it to build.
You understand? A lot of these people are lied to by coyotes as well. They're promised a lot of things that they don't get.
Great. You didn't even get a chance to go. What do you think about the protest? Is it American? Is it un-American? Like, what's your thoughts as someone that's put on a uniform and served this country?
What I would say is something more recent. I talk to these indigenous people on TikTok all the time. And we tried to bring one on the show. She didn't show up. And I tried to explain to her is this. You're not going to win like trying to go against the American government. I feel like if you have this political movement, actually try to like get politicians elected of Mexican descent in these predominantly Mexican areas where you can pass local or try to pass state laws and try to talk about this indigenous thing. I have only recently heard people of Mexican descent try to make some comparison, and Jay, you may be able to elaborate on this, make some kind of comparison of that they are similar to Native Americans. I've only heard that recently. In 36 years of my life, I've never heard that till recently.
Well, like I said earlier, I think it comes back to that most Mexicans are mestizos. They're of indigenous descent. They're descendants of, Europeans and indigenous people mixing. I won't say voluntarily or not, but there's of them mixing.
Okay. Well,
that's where the belief comes from. The most Mexicans, I think almost 90% Mexicans are mestizos of indigenous descent.
Okay, makes sense. Well, now I understand more as far as the indigenous movement where they feel like they're Native Americans.
And also, too, one thing I kind of can't stand, this is a little slightly off topic, is the right is so Christian, and over 90% of Mexicans are Christians, and then let's just round up our own people and just toss them out. It's like I just think it's so fake.
Yes, but there are people that are coming here through the border unnoticed and committing crimes, and that's the problem. That's the number one concern is
Americans
safety.
commit crimes at way higher rates than immigrants do. So if it's a problem, I feel like we're just blowing up a small problem just for no
small
reason.
problem.
Well, now Marco Rubio's for deporting American prisoners. Now, did you guys see that?
No, those
We need
guys
to
can get
say their
deported though. The
names. A
Americans,
lot of
man.
problems.
No, that's it. There's Marco
And
Rubio now
also,
wants to
a lot of
send.
gangs have been coming here. Like that's the other thing, like that they're concerned about the crime that's happening. And yes, I even if one American gets stopped from getting unalived, then I'm happy. There were so many young women that were raped, robbed, stolen from. And from illegal people that crossed over, kept coming back and forth between the border, and you can't say it doesn't exist. It does. So yes, we will impact the citizens of this country that commit crime. Yes, they commit crime. We're aware of that. But first is getting out the illegal ones. Then we will focus on the ones that are from here. And Trump has all of that in his plans. So one good thing I'm happy that he's doing. But at the same time, as a child of immigrants, I do have empathy. I pray that those that did do things the right thing way, did do things legally, can have a path to citizenship because we are a country of immigrants. But the problem is we needed to clean up the problem. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Well, anything else y'all want to add on this before we go to the next topics?
Don't let Jay Herm fool you. Even though he's a huge leftist, his best friend is Volger, the most red pill person on the cast.
Oh, I don't know how that's his
That's
best
crazy.
friend. I love you, Vulgar, but I don't know. We need
we somehow we see we connect.
you guys connect. Okay, I got you. I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, and Mulatto, if you want me to put your post up, you need to pay for a super chat, honey, because some of these things that you're saying about against my friend Jay Homer is a little bit much. He's a citizen, and even if he wasn't, let's be nice, okay? These are people too. We can say our points without being nasty. Anyways,